Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're back. If you haven't had an opportunity to watch the latest episode of Ascension, stop listening now. Major spoilers, here we go. Tonight was the pilot episode, aka Night 1, Day 1 of the 3-day event. This is the 2014 sci-fi TV miniseries called Ascension. A young woman's murder causes the subject of a century-long mission to populate a new world to question the very nature of the project as they approach the point of no return. This is by far the best TV series on television right now. I'm going to go ahead and say it right there. Because we're at the end of 2014, and because this series has 3 episodes, it's going to be in the running for the 2014 TV show, miniseries, etc. of the year. Do you understand what I'm saying? I believe that if episode 2 and 3 can fulfill the huge void, man, left by episode 1, we got a hit on our hands. What does that mean? What does that mean? Episode 2 has to be 10 out of 10 stars. Episode 3 has to be 10 out of 10 stars. If they fall to 9 or 8, then they're probably going to lose out in the top 15 or 20. Because it's a TV miniseries, you know, because there's not enough, episodes and not enough content to kind of put them on the same level as shows like Orphan Black, Intruders, Banshee, etc. Now, getting back to what we're here to talk about tonight. I'm going to start at the end, and then we're going to work our way back to the beginning. And this is going to be like a non-conventional podcast review, okay? And I'm going to go off in left and right field because how do you want to say it? If you didn't watch this tonight, I think it's unfair for me to spoil a lot of it. So I'm not going to go every single order of the way things occurred, okay? I'm just going to kind of go in a general broad view and paint it with brushstrokes. And hopefully you guys can sit there and watch it, man. But for those of us that did watch it, what did you think of the ending? The ending was absolutely amazing, man. I have never... I think the last time that I felt this way was The Truman Show. That was the last time I felt this way, is because I thought it was real. Everything was going good, and then all of a sudden, everything comes crashing down. Jim Carrey waves goodbye, and he closes the door, and we're sitting there like, what? Where do we go from here? We don't know. Who knows? And that's where we're at right now, man. The population that's inside of Ascension, which is a spacecraft that's been launched into space, it's in its 51st year of the mission, okay? It's been in space 51 years, and generations have passed. There are 600 plus people inside of this little colony called Ascension. So 600 plus people are going to repopulate the Earth. They're going to head out on a mission to find a new home, to save mankind, okay? And the whole thing of this was mankind's last hope. That's the whole mission, and it even recruited you if you went and you did the orientation mission videos, on sci-fi.com. If you signed up and got the badges, if you if you swore an oath, you felt like you were part of something, and then all of a sudden it just came crashing down tonight. They meaning the government, they have created this social experiment. And we don't know why. There's been a murder inside of this colony in Ascension. We don't know why. There is a seahorse necklace that was been stolen. We don't know why. I don't know if they're trying to create situations to observe how civilization destroys itself once chaos becomes a part of it. And what's the reason behind all this? We don't know, but it's like an ant farm. They are literally a human ant farm, and each week for the next 3 weeks, or 3 days, I should say, each night for the next 3 days, you're going to sit there and watch them and see how they react to the sunlight being pointed at them. Tonight's episode was like an hour and 15 minutes, and it had limited commercials. I think Sci-Fi does a great job when they have the limited commercials. I love that. Because I can't stand commercials. It takes you out of the environment of the show, and that's what was so beautiful tonight. That's why I gave it a 10 out of 10 stars, because from the beginning, you got introduced to this character called Lorelai, and you knew that she loved the beach and that she watches old movies, and they're stuck in the 1960s, and their parents had told them about what Earth was like, and they'll never be able to feel the sun on their face. They'll never be able to walk on the beach themselves or run down the beach. All they have is a little square beach room that has been set up for them, that's filled up with a fake tank that they, I guess, may put some salt water in there, or maybe it's just regular water, who knows. But everything's an illusion, everything is fake, everything is a movie set, and their lives are probably crazy inside, man. There's a thing called a crisis, which pretty much like your emotions go unstable while you're inside of Ascension, and that has to be monitored, that has to be taken into account. People can go through this crisis, and if they are not healed, then they get spaced. And what does that mean when I say spaced? They actually put the person, I guess, either in a pod, or they just eject them into space and let them die. Like, it's been done before, because for 51 years I don't know what the hell's happened on this Ascension, but they've already talked about it tonight. Several things have happened, and they mention these things. They interview you, they monitor you, there's CCTV cameras. The technology is still 1960s, but it's kind of, how do you want to say it? It's 1960s on the inside, but on the outside, it's beyond that. And I don't know about you guys, but I love conspiracy theories. I mean, I'm not gonna say I am one. I'm not gonna say I'm not. I just know I love a good conspiracy theory, because it allows you to think, it allows the conversation to be had, okay? And I don't know what this means, man. And I think that's the most frustrating principle behind it, is like, what is this all about? Why did these people get chosen? And we'll just have to wait. Man. But the Lorelai, she was murdered. There is a murder on the Ascension. They have to find the murderer. They have to find out who. They have to find who put the gun on Ascension, because there's not supposed to be any weapons. Only weapons they have, it looks like maybe Prado Cal, tasers. It looks like they have nightsticks for police and protection and security, but no weapons like that. There is one weapon that was on the ship, and then it got tossed out of the ship whenever the guy got spaced out, and they pushed him out into space, and then he fell through space, and he landed, and then they injected him in the neck, and then that's when we found out that it was fake. There's a little girl, and let me make sure that I get her name right, Krista, and her ability, or her gift, is that she knows what's going on, but nobody listens to her because she's a kid, she's a child. No one, her mother doesn't listen to her, her father doesn't listen to her, no one seems to listen to her, but she knows what's going on. And she was able to witness someone walking through the Ascension chambers when everyone's supposed to be asleep or hibernating or resting until the radiation passes. Now, I'm going to go ahead and go into that real quick. I believe that the radiation is an opportunity for the government, or whoever this agency is that's running this Ascension, to go in and make changes, to spice things up, to switch things up, to add an element inside of the environment and change it somehow. I guess you can say change history, and that's what they're going to be doing, man. Next week looks very interesting. It looks as if... No, I don't want to do that. I'm just going to go one night from one night. I don't want to talk about that. I'm going to leave with this. If I was on Ascension, would I want to know the truth? And the answer is no. For me, I think that my personality, I think that it would drive me insane. I think it would go crazy. It wouldn't break me. It wouldn't break me, but I would tell you this much. I wouldn't know what to do with life after that. Because everything that you've ever loved is gone. it's hopeless. You've wasted so much time. It just depends. I mean, how did you, growing up, how did I grow up on Ascension? Did I accept what was going on? Did I rebel against it? Did I get bored? Did I lose someone on Ascension, like one of my friends when I was younger? Did I lose one of my family members because of a disease on the ship? I mean, there's so many things over 50 years. I mean, think about it, 50 years ago, racism was running rampant inside of America. And we look at it today, that's what I'm talking about. There's so many things that could have been accomplished. Out of 600 people, think about that for a second, 600 people that have been locked inside of a prison, they could have been someone. But yet, on Ascension, they're split and divided into classes based on wealth, based on knowledge, based on intellect, based on worth ethic, based on skill, based on whatever their class system is broken up as. I don't know what I would do, but I would not want to be told, man. Because that means that life wouldn't matter. I mean, it was pretty much just like you'd be coming out of prison and have to, I don't know, learn the internet, learn technology, learn how to drive, learn, I mean, I don't know. I have no clue, man. You know, and when I used to come back from Iraq and so much stuff had changed, that was frustrating, man. It was really, really frustrating, you know, trying to learn smartphones and learn new technology and new social media and all this other stuff. When you spend 3 years in Iraq, you come back to America and things are you appreciate things a little bit more. But I think, you know, that situation was volunteered. You volunteered for that. But for this mission, you volunteered. Your father's father, your grandparents, they volunteered for it, and then you get pushed into it because you're birthed out. I mean, it's just, I don't know, man. I can talk about this forever. Matter of fact, I will. I really will. Guys, thanks again for listening, for watching, doing all that good stuff, man. Comment, like, subscribe. I want to hear from you guys. If you are a fan of Ascension, man, please watch. Get the ratings up. Do all that good stuff, man. Maybe we'll get something else from Sci-Fi. Sci-Fi, bravo. Right here.